Well, hello and welcome back for the seventh and hopefully last, if I'm fast enough, part of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage walkthrough. Slash playthrough, slash hoping for 100%, slash I'm just rambling over the top of it. We're at the stage of doing some of the backtrack levels. Did Summer Forest and Glimmer last episode at the end, and now we are going to be starting with Sandy Beach, I think it's called. Just gonna double check. Yep, Sunny Beach. Sunny Beach. It's been a long journey so far, but we are nearly done. There is still 2 full actual levels to be done, even as well as all the backtrack bits, but and a Speedway that glitched out in part 5, so this might not all fit in one video, or it might overrun compared to the normal hour length that has been the target. But we'll see how it goes.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good...
Because we basically have to redo the level. I am going to just double check some bits of this while we're going, just in the hope that there's no having to come back looking for some final gem that I've missed. The main thing we're here for is 2 orbs and, well, 2 different climbing sections. One that leads to 2 orbs and one that leads to a couple of gems. It's just that I'm not 100% sure that that is the only gems missing. Here's the first of the 2 climbing bits. That orb is finished. So far, so good. And here we are.
Young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop in?
Maybe I could.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup, if I can catch them. You can try to save them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Wow. Are these turtles trying to commit suicide?
So you saved a few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
That is actually a really quite easy orb for how late in the game you can pick that up.
If you step any closer to the pot, I'll start ringing my bell again.
Here we go, here's the 5-star. I'm pretty sure the trophy for this level is actually attached to not letting a single turtle get put in the pot.
You saved every turtle on the beach. Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Excellent. And there you go, it was the trophy. And I get the talisman again for no apparent reason. Alright. Oh, shit. We're actually still missing 10 gems. I was nearly going to walk out. There we go. This is why check before you leave. Excellent. Slowly creeping our way back up. Alright, and that is now all of Summer Forest done, and we'll be moving on to Autumn Plains to get the last couple of orbs there. In Fracture Hills and Shady Oasis. Adventure continues. Does take quite a while to continue, apparently. It continues to need to continue. There we go. Actually, no, we'll go do the Speedway first. Because it is out here. Metro Speedway. Now, I think the trophy in this is actually attached to doing all the pigeons before you touch anything else. And that was exactly right. No, I will not obey your caution sign. Done. That's actually, I think, the first one I got on the first try. And now we will go find Hunter for the orb. If I was Hunter, where would I be? Really nothing seeming out of the ordinary so far. I'm actually really not sure where Hunter is. I'm just dropping pigeons off because they were opening up things, and I'm just wondering if he actually needs one of those things opened up. Oh, here we go.
We've been having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help. A band of cat burglars have been raiding my re-election funds by scaling the walls of the buildings. Would you be willing to help get rid of them?
Yes.
Great! Hunter can knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we'll need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal and gets lost. Good luck. Hunter is waiting for you outside.
There we go. That took much longer to find than I was hoping for.
Well done. You really taught those crooks a lesson.
Saying that felt like it was one of the easiest one of the orbs of these. Actually, the Speedway as a whole felt reasonably easy, but finding that was harder than I expected. Alright. Let's go get these last couple orbs. I suspect this video is going to run over the normal hour, but I think I'm more inclined to just try and finish the game in this one hit rather than push it out for another one. It's time to finish this. I am gotta admit, more than anything, what I've been enjoying about playing Spyro is it's just a good, fun game. there's not an awful lot more attached to it. There's nothing super special or super hidden involved here. It's just good, simple fun. Like, I'm gonna actually have to do all these guys to get the thing broken up, aren't I? Damn. Okay.
Thank you.
Like, ultimately this was a game that could play at whatever pace I wanted to. I set it up in L blocks for the sake of doing this video, but otherwise I... Wow, that was a way to screw me. God damn it. This is probably easier anyway. Just getting sent back up. Yeah, like... There's... It's an understated thing that... Oh, really? Recently, all these guys... It's an understated thing at the moment of how much underlying monetization there is in so many games. Like, there's no DLC, there's no microtransactions, there's a game I bought that I'm getting to play. And yeah, admittedly, when I finish it and that's it, but it also means that it finishes. There is an end. There's not a continual stream of to be continueds of slightly more and slightly more content. What I'm honestly saying is I don't like this live service model so much. It works well for multiplayer games and shooters. Well, just multiplayer games actually, full stop. It doesn't necessarily need to be a multiplayer shooter, but it's probably one of the stronger markets. But yeah, this is a game that I bought, I own, I play to whatever extent I want to, and I walk away. And there's also no, oh, if I take too much of a break, I fall behind, because there's no multiplayer here. This is just good, fun single player game. And as a whole, I've got to admit, this is the sort of thing that I feel we don't get as much as we used to out of the games industry. We get a lot of games that, like even single player games, where it basically never seems to end, because there's just this never ending stream of DLC or expansions or sequels that are actual continuous more storyline. This was 3 completely self-contained games that I'm getting a remastered copy of, and you never know, they may end up doing some DLC
Now that you
for
have
it.
rescued all the satyrs in Fracture Hills, you ought to explore the temple.
Who knows, maybe we will, maybe we'll get a couple more levels or something. I would be more hopeful that this inspires them to just make another Spyro game in this vein, rather than necessarily...
Just stand still, he says. I'll turn your boots to gold.
Oh, do I really have to redo the Alchemist? Oh, well, I'll take that as a lesson. You don't actually have to do this Alchemist the first time. Yeah, I can't let him get that close, I forgot.
Will you ask? Great!
And I think that's also what, as much as I expect it will be sequelized heavily and probably eventually get DLC, what I really enjoy about God of War as well, that was just, here's a good single player game that doesn't feel like it's just a billion pieces that it's never going to end. Like, I used to really enjoy the Assassin's Creed series, but it's gotten to the stage now where it feels like that's just never going to end. And also most recently they've started to feel like they're just really aggressively monetized.
Man, do my feet feel better. Will you look after this for me? As long as you're here, would you like to help me take out these stubborn... All right. When I shoot an Earthshaper with an arrow, you head bash him before he gets back up. Remember, head bash by jumping and then pressing the action button.
I admit I started out really not liking this version of Hunter, but he's grown on me. And I don't mean that in the like fungal sense.
We make a great team. Here, I was gonna give this to the Alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the moment.
Why were you going to give an orb to the Alchemist? Yay! 100%. While I'm here, I am actually going to kill the rest of the Earthshapers because it is actually the trophy, and I might as well hit the trophy while doing this. I know it's going to make this run that little bit longer, but yeah. But I think the underlying thing of what I'm trying to say is that it's underrated for a game to be able to end or be completely self-contained. And yeah, some of your multiplayer games you definitely don't want them to end because their entire thing is that it's a continually evolving thing. Rocket League would be an awful lot less interesting of a game if I expected it was going to end one day. I don't think Counter-Strike would never have survived so long as such a premier shooter if it wasn't, then it just never ends. And likewise, Overwatch's strong point is that it as a shooting game is never ending. Where things do feel like they deserve a chance to end is I don't always want to have to keep progressing for the rest of eternity. And I think this is a point that a lot of MMOs fall over in. You've got a lot of other games that are trying to mimic it at the moment. They've got never-ending progression curves. It doesn't stop. And Blizzard's a master of doing this, and I think Overwatch is duplicating it really aggressively with the never-ending cosmetics. You're never going to get ahead of that. You are never going to get to a point where you can say, yep, I have finished this game. I have got everything. I have done everything. Like, you may have done everything, but you won't ever get to a stage where you've got everything. You'll...
Oh, hi, Dragon Boy. You're probably expecting me to say, "You're my hero. Thanks for saving poor, helpless little me." Sorry, short stuff. I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet. Anyway, the other fawns wanted me to give you this talisman.
Like, you're never going to hit a point with games like that where you can actually say, you know what? I'm at 100% and I'm now playing this just because of the fun of it. There's always going to be that element of you're playing it because you're continuing to progress. And you're being driven by that little bit more. And on the flip side, I am right now playing Spyro because I like the game and I'm having fun with it. I finished these, I 100%ed all 3 of these games years ago. But the remaster is giving me a chance to replay it and in higher quality graphics and sound and blah 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 blah, but inherently it's still a fun game that I am playing because I'm enjoying it. Like, Call of Duty's got an awful lot to answer for in the way that modern shooters have come together, and it's mainly Call of Duty 4. And the progression system in 4 has been just about copied and pasted into every single shooter nowadays. It's getting ridiculous. But something that I think a lot of people seem to miss was that inherently the progression system of that game ended, and ended pretty quickly if you didn't want to go any further. Yeah, merely the console version had the prestiges that went on and on and on, but even then it ended. And maybe this is why I really enjoyed the PC version over the others. But it didn't ever really feel like there was this never-ending ongoing thing. The progression system ended, and ended pretty early, and then we got to the stage that you were playing it for fun because you wanted to. And so this is why I have more, and you can't say that that diminished the amount I enjoyed or played the game, because I have more played hours on Call of Duty 4 on PC that I hit level 55 and had everything unlocked. I even had all the bloody gold weapons on it unlocked a long time before I stopped playing it. Whereas, like, I have more hours on that than I do on any other Call of Duty game. And the others all had prestige systems and much deeper, longer progression trees for unlocks and cosmetics and blah 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 blah. All of that stuff that gets thrown around, but it didn't change the fact that the one that I played the most was just the one that I had the most fun with, not the one that had the most stuff there for me to continue playing endlessly, or to keep hunting that little bit more reward, that little bit new thing, that shiny bauble at the end of the road, or on the next step of the road. And with so much going towards this live service model, as they're calling it, we seem to be getting dangerously into a situation where games don't end. And I don't think that's helpful in any real sense. Because for any game that's got any sort of single player component, or any...
Thanks for helping me reach...
I already jumped off the side, hippo mate. Any game that's got a, like, decently in-depth single player element, a story that doesn't end is just frustrating. A story that doesn't end becomes an ongoing TV show that's quality slowly wanes out and you give up on. What am I missing? 12 gems. And any live service single player game is ultimately going to be that. It's the story that just doesn't end.
Trapped in rock and will sink if you can't break them free. Head bash the rocks by jumping and then pressing the action button. Follow my lead. Follow me. And remember, jump and then press the action button to head bash. Us. All I have to give you is this thingy I found. At least it's not a rock.
Yeah, where was I? Yeah. So there's 12 gems I missed somewhere. So this is a really long timer for just what that was. Which has got me wondering if there is somewhere else I'm meant to be using it. Yeah, eventually there's got to be a point where if you're continuing to play a game you're continuing to play it because you enjoy it and you find it fun, and you're not being pressured into it because you want to continue a progression system. Now, there's a lot of game companies out there that throw around this idea of engagement, which is a wonderful load of bull in the grand scheme of things. Like, you can very well have a player base that is spending a lot of time playing your game, but they may very well not be enjoying it. And the odds of them coming back to the next one are not terribly good if they're not enjoying it, and all you're going to see is your player base drop off if they're not enjoying it. Oh, there's the jar. Did I not do the jar originally? I feel like I didn't originally do the jar. Yeah. It's the point that you... Eventually you've got to let your player base be playing the game because they enjoy it and they're having fun, and not because you're trying to pressure them into a progression system. And I think the headline example of this right now is World of Warcraft, and it's got a progression system that is, yeah, really deep and causing a massive amount of engagement, because if you want to keep going along it, you've got to keep playing an almost obscene amount. If you want to keep up and keep unlocking new stuff, you've got to keep playing endlessly and endlessly. Now, they're also suffering from the fact that what you get for it is pretty much crap, but at the end of the day, it's causing a huge amount of disillusionment in the game, of people realizing that they're not having fun. They're logging in every day because they feel they have to. And it's gonna kill them for their player base. Because once somebody realizes that they're only logging in because they're not because they're having fun, but because they've got to do this thing, and they're feeling pressured into doing that, and once they stop doing that thing and realize that they're actually happier not having to do that thing every day or every couple of days, they're going to stop playing, and all of a sudden they're not going to come back. They've just lost that player base. That player base has just walked out the door. And this is why this concept of engagement and needing an endless amount of progression, an endless content stream, is bollocks. You don't need to keep pushing your player base endlessly to log in to do the same thing every couple of days. You don't, and that's what shooters are getting to, and you don't need an infinite amount of microtransactions or tiny bits of DLC here and there and all of this obscene, this live service model that they seem to be pushing for other games. Your game needs to eventually end if it's a single player game. Otherwise, what has happened? if you're any sort of single player story game, if you don't end, your story doesn't end, then what the hell have we just done? You don't read a book that they keep releasing extra chapters for, because that just means that the book just draws on and on and on and on and on. It means that nothing ever finishes, nothing really happens, because the status quo has to be maintained for ages. It's the comic book problem of you end up with having the status quo needing to never stop.
Howdy, Spyro. These here pests have infested our farm. Could you find the time to help us get rid of them? Find your way over to the giant bug lamp, turn it on so we can zap any more feeding pests.
I have no idea if that's what I meant to do with the lemon things. Yeah. I have no issue with expansions or a small amount of DLC here and there. Like, there's always room for you to expand your universe. Well, nearly always room. I'm not going to say always. Nearly always room for you to expand your universe a little bit in a single player game. And a multiplayer game does genuinely benefit from additional content. Like, more maps, new game modes, new weapons if it's some sort of fighting game, or if it's a strategy game, maybe it's new variations of teams or new races. Or if it's oh, that's interesting. If it's an RPG style game, maybe it's new classes or something. Although in that point we're probably talking about an MMO anyway. There's always room for more stuff like that, like major enhancements. You just don't need an endless stream of the smaller stuff. You don't need to be abusively constant streams of cosmetics. You don't need an endless stream of little micro patches of a new weapon here and a new weapon there. I don't mind the Overwatch model of here's a new hero, here's a new map. Every now and again, like, if you're going to trickle feed your content, yep, let's trickle feed it like that. It just doesn't need the endless progression system. Right. The progression system there is blatantly built around microtransactions. And anybody that disagrees with that doesn't have their eyes open to it, really. But sorry, I was just trying to locate what I was meant to be doing there. They really don't need to have it so heavily locked down. And I know I'm talking a lot about Overwatch, it's just because it's one of the ones I do play a lot more than others. Like, you can have this conversation about the Call of Duty's endless stream of, again, ultimately crap or Team Fortress's endless stream of, again, ultimately crap. Or Counter-Strikes, or any of the MOBAs. If you don't give people the you just need to be there, that you don't have to keep paying to play paying to continue getting everything in the game, unless it is major content. And to be honest, this is exactly the problem that the Battlefield series hit. What is there? 3 orbs. Exactly the problem the Battlefield series hit of. They had a very long stream of DLC, and they had a very sizable part of the community that didn't want to buy it.
These darn bugs are making a joke of my expensive robot scarecrows. Can you chase them down and flame them, Spyro?
Flame the bugs. Yay!
My fields are safe from those flying vermin, Spyro. Take this doodad I done dug up yesterday.
I think what I'm trying to get at is, I'm sick of not having, well, sick of the number of, especially first-person shooters recently, but that's again just because it's a genre I play a little bit more of, that endlessly like every few days or every week I have to play as a game mode, or play a role that I normally wouldn't play because it's not the one I find fun. It's not the one I enjoy by it as it is, but I have to play it if I want to continue accessing all of the rewards that the game may have. And I'm getting increasingly annoyed by the number of games where you buy the game, but that's only the start of a very, very, very long series of need to buy stuff. Now, I miss that. It's gotten particularly bad in recent years of a season pass no longer even means that you get the entire content of that game. A season pass means that you get the first slab of extra content from the game. You know what? To use Battlefield as an example, and I'm not trying to pick on Battlefield, it's a good example here at the moment of what's going on. I didn't even hesitate to buy Premier or Premium for Battlefield 3 and 4, because in both cases, to me, it was a way to get locked in that, hey, I'm actually going to, this is the full game. Now we could go on and on about games this is ultimately just adding to the cost of games, and that's true as well. But in the end, I was able to pay $100 for a complete version of the game. And then we find out that that's not actually entirely true for Battlefield 4. Which is basically where EA started to lose me. And now, I don't think that's even going to... I have a sneaking suspicion that that's not going to be the case with Battlefield 5, that Premiere isn't going to end up being... like, the version of the game that you get with Premiere, I have a sneaky suspicion that is not going to end up being complete. I have a very strong suspicion that we are going to be DLC'd to hell and back throughout the course of this game. Now, it may very well all be cosmetic stuff, and that will be the lesser of the possible evils in this case. Oh my god, I keep starting to jump up. That will be the lesser of possible evils in this case, but nonetheless, I have a sneaking suspicion we are not going to see it be the complete version of this game that it's been somewhat touted to be. Because at the moment, the way things are, it just feels very un-EA-like to have a game that, so to this point so far, has taken one upfront fee and delivered a whole, admittedly not massive, but whole game.
Way to go, Spyro! Them varmints won't be coming near our crops now. Can I offer you a reward?
This wasn't so much offer as just give to, but okay. Another mystery jar.
I used to drive my tractor all around the farm, but some fool robot blocked the path up. Do you think you can clear things up with a bit of supercharge?
This is going to be just finish the supercharged truck, isn't it? And this is going to be a monstrously difficult one, isn't it? Shit. Yeah, I think what I was trying to get at is playing Spyro like this has made me nostalgic for the days where you used to buy a game, you had to play a game through to completion, go, you know what, I'm actually done, I finished. And it felt good. And you weren't getting...
A fine piece of steering that was, Dragon. Here, take this thingamajig I found in the cow pen.
Oh, thank you. What I always wanted, a random thing from the cow pen. Like, playing God of War earlier this year was great, because that felt like it was a complete experience, and it ended. It actually, like, yes, it's a definitely to be continued style ending, but it ended. And I could play it and just go, you know what, I've had fun with this, I'm done. And I will probably go back and replay it when the sequel comes around. And there was nothing that felt like it was missing and it was going to come as DLC. I actually haven't even checked if there has been DLC for it. It just, yeah. It felt complete as it was. And so does Spyro. Spyro to me feels complete as it is. Spyro to me doesn't feel like I'm missing a chunk of it that is going to be sold to me at a later date. Nor does anything in Spyro, in either case, nothing made me feel like I had to come back every day. Damn it, I'm still missing something, aren't I? 6. So is that a purple and a red, or is that a bunch of greens? Or is that some combination of reds and greens? Oh, we might be lucky. 1 green, 2 green, 3 green. There we go. Now I know we just hit the hour mark, but there is only 1 level left and then Ripto, so I'm thinking just going to push through, make this one a little bit longer, and finish it all up. We're going to end up with 5,900 without moneybags and stuff. Does that mean moneybags has taken 4,100 gems off me? Yeah, 4,100 he's taken. Metropolis.
insurrection from the farms has got quite out of hand. We need someone to restore order. Find the inventor droid. She's been working on something big.
Excellent. I always prefer it when we're working on big things rather than small things.
With all the budget cuts, these elevators need serious work. See, this one here is stuck. I expect it will start working again if you just give it a good whack, though.
This was definitely just trying to find ways to make head bash more useful, wasn't it? See, if that was Moneybags, you would have charged me a small fee for all that. Hello. There's oh, 4 orbs. Jeez. Okay. I don't know what I'm actually meant. I suspect that there's probably a trophy attached to them. Oh, climbing section.
As you can see, a vicious ox has taken over our armory. And here we thought that freezing the walkway would keep animals out. The ox is very tough. I would advise using the bombs against it, and it will probably take several bombs at that.
There you go. Okay. Damn. Okay. Yay! Finally got a bomb hit. One more. There we go.
Excellent work, Dragon. We can now defend our city properly. Take this visually pleasing reward.
Visually pleasing. Wow. There's 4 orbs in this level, then does that mean there's 64 orbs total? I can't remember what the total orbs in the game were. I think this level has a super flame, so maybe that's how I got that one. Bad moo.
Ah, Spyro. I heard you were coming. Thank you for your efforts in thwarting this attempted coup. Please take this item, which living creatures seem to like.
I prefer things that living creatures like.
It's a first for Avalar, a combination power-up. Thank goodness you're here to test it out. These invading sheep in their spaceships must be stopped.
The sheep are invading. That is a wall. Jeez, that did not go well for me.
Excellent work. You knocked those sheep right out of the sky. Take this orb device as proof of your skill.
Yay! I have 63 proofs of my skill.
I knew it. Those first sheep sent out a distress call. The next wave of saucers is incoming.
These ones shoot back, don't they? I can't remember. I do sort of actually remember this level from way back. Way back when. This is going to be a race to try and get back to that. Oh no, it is right here. Well, that's apparently not everything yet. Still 43. No, DualShock battery low. Whatever will we do?
Airman. You've proven the genius of my double power-up invention. Here, keep this to commemorate your victory.
Ooh. Yay, a victory stone. All orbs. Then it's got to try and find the rest of the gems. How much am I missing? 18. That was 18 gems. Where would I be? That's 18. There we go. That's where 18 gems would be. Alright, 100% that one. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and kids of all ages, is why you don't cross the road. Ever. No matter what the situation, never cross a road or you will get hit by a truck the moment you step out. %, 64 orbs, 10,000 gems. So that's all the gems. Well, let's go give Ripto what for.
Alright, Spyro. Now that you've got the orbs, Ripto's demise is only moments away, right? Right? Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
Let's do this. Come here, Ripto.
Yeah. Yeah! Come back here, you useless animals!
Hey, Shorty, maybe I can help.
What? You again?
Yup. If you want to test that power crystal, why don't you try it on me? I'll stand still, I promise.
I like that idea. Dragon, you've just sealed your fate!
There was a bit of clipping between that scepter and his cape. Graphical error. Ripto.
Spyro, we want to help you fight Ripto. Elora is using the orbs you collected to store power-up energy. Hunter will throw the powered-up orbs to you as they become ready. Even as we speak, the professor is experimenting with new forms of power-up energy, so you'll soon have abilities that no one has ever seen before.
Oh my god. Ooh, okay, so Ripto can do them too. Ow. Nope, that was bad. Now, I'm actually pretty sure that the trophy for this one is to use one of every colour power up against Ripto. So if that's the case, I actually need to very specifically get a green one. So I might just be holding out a little bit until I can find the green one. Which is right there. And I stuffed that up. There it is. That is indeed the trophy. Mecha Gulp? Jesus. No, Hunter, don't drop them near him. Mine. That's unfair. He can fly outside the boundaries. I will say these are much better boss fights than the Spyro 1 was. And I do remember 3 being good boss fights as well.
thank you enough, Spyro. I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I'd better. They'll be missing me in the Dragon Worlds, and I've still got a vacation to take. I need it more than ever now.
Before you go, I think that Moneybags has something he wants to give you.
A small fee.
Certainly do not.
I want my small fee.
Spyro, Moneybags is very sorry that he made you pay so much on your way through Avalar. We want you to keep the gems as a reward for helping us.
Wow, thanks. Sparks, can you grab them?
Let me just type in the new coordinates and there. Spyro, you can now go to Dragon Shores.
Hey, why don't you guys come with me? I bet you could use a holiday.
I'm afraid we can't, Spyro. Ripto may be gone, but he caused a lot of damage during his short stay. We'll be cleaning up for weeks. Just remember, though, that you can always get back to Avalar from Dragon Shores if you want to visit.
Well, okay. Come on, Sparks. We got a lot of vacation to catch up on.
Yeah.
Woo! Just wait, is it going to play through the entire credits now? Well. Actually, this is going to be the entire just Reignited Trilogy credits, isn't it? Yes, this is. Well, I already watched this at the end of the first game and we're on the clock, so we might be moving on.
Well done, Spyro. Step right into Dragon Shores Park.
Well.
By the way, if you win 10 tokens, you can visit our theater.
Yay, I think. Well, 6 hours 30 for getting to 100%. And the 100% complete bonus. I am now permanently Special Spyro. Oh really? It doesn't give me the glow forever? That's a little disappointing.
Welcome to the Dragon Shores Coaster. Here at the shores, we don't just ride, though. If you can pop all the balloons on the track, a token is waiting for you. Ready to ride? Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
Okay. Why are there baby turtles on the track?
Good job, Dragon. Here's a token for you. All right. I'll flip this switch, and now you can ride more tracks. See if you can pop the balloons on these tracks, too. Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
50. What is this madness? How do I access the other tracks? Sorry, I wasn't even paying
Ow!
attention.
That looked like it hurt. Watch out for the other...
I was trying to work out how to get onto the other tracks and didn't even see the guy I was about to collide with. Oh. Okay, so you gotta hold and jump at the same time. Oh, now that I know that, nothing can stop me! Nothing! Not even... Oh, wow. Okay, maybe something can stop me. I don't think we're going fast enough to actually do that loop.
Hey, not bad. Here's another token.
Yay!
There's one more run. You're on a roll. This time you'll need to use the cannon installed on your car to shoot down balloons as well. Are you gonna give it a try? Watch out for the other coasters.
Wow. Yay! So for anybody watching at home, the trick is that you have to jump as well as push towards the direction you want. If I didn't explain that earlier, I can't remember if I actually said that. Maybe I'm just getting crazy. That was close. Really missed it. Get down, Mr. Baby Turtle!
Wow, you're a natural. You've conquered the coaster. Here's my last token.
Yay!
Want to ride the coaster just for fun?
Nope.
You know, roller coasters aren't for everyone.
Free, free, free! You pay no money down and make no monthly payments. In return, I'll give you one token. One is all I can give, but you can ride as many times as you'd like.
Well,
Aboard, my friend.
if there's no monthly payments, that got me hooked. Chef and Fawn. Agent Zero by himself. Fawn and Turtle. Yeti and Monk. Aww. Yeti and Fawn. Wow, that Yeti gets around fast. How did I end up with Gretel?
As promised, here's your one token. When you have 10 tokens, try visiting the Dragon Shores Theater.
Just realising now, given the time that this is going for, that this may end up actually turning into nearly 2 hours.
Hiya, Spyro! I hear you're a pretty good shot. How'd you like to try my shooting gallery? Okay, I'll set the timer for it.
What do I have to do? Yay!
Ready for the next rep?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, I'll set the timer for you. Nice shooting!
That was easier.
Here's a token. Ready for the next rep?
Yep.
Okay, I'll set the... Great! Here is my last token.
Oh, wow.
Come on back anytime, Spyro.
Step right up, Spyro, and take a look at what we've got for you today. Inside this here booth, you'll find some of the most vicious creatures you've ever seen. Here's a baseball to spit, sport. Take aim, shoot at the target, and watch as the terrifying creatures fall into the water below. But don't worry, you won't hurt them. Hey, that was pretty funny, wasn't it? Take this token for being such a good shot.
Wow. Pretty sure I picked the hardest one to do first.
Have another shot if you want, kid.
Can I get another token?
This is pretty easy, isn't it? Have another one of these tokens.
Wow.
Have another shot if you want, kid. Wow, you really are a great shot. Take this. It's my last token. Have another shot if you want, kid.
Well, Spyro, it's your lucky day. You've managed to win enough tokens to enter the famous Dragon Shores Theater. Go on in and enjoy the show.
Oh my god. And there you go. I can watch any of the cinematics back. Oh, I think that's actually it. We'll just quickly check if there's a trophy attached to. Nope, there you go. So no more trophy attached to it. So that is everything, because already hit the 100% to get the everlasting power up. I'm going to go back to Winter Tundra for the hell of it, just as the final resting place. Oh, look at all those gems! Yay! Alright. Dragon Shores. Well, that is the end of Spyro 2. I hope you've enjoyed watching the series, if you have stayed with us the whole way. I have no idea if I'm going to end up doing Spyro 3. Hopefully, well, decent chance that all of these are actually uploaded before I start playing Spyro 3, so if there's interest out there, please let me know, and I might do the same thing for 3. But yeah, otherwise, as I said at the beginning of the series, if there is interest out there for this sort of thing, please let us all know in general, and we might try and get some of the team to do these a bit more regularly for a few other games. Because I'm sure there's plenty more out there than just Spyro that we can do. Yeah. Don't know if there's much more to say. That is Spyro 100%. Including all the extra stuff in DragonShores at 6 hours 40 minutes and a tiny bit of time there, but that's because I've also been running around a bit. I didn't end up doing all the skill points or all of the all the trophies, but if you want, you can pick those up going through as it is. This was mainly just for the actual core game. Yeah, it's been fun. I do remember, having now played through this, why I enjoyed this game more than the first one. It's, in my opinion, got better boss fights. It's got some, in my opinion, more challenging levels towards the end. It noted by how long it took, some of these last 4 took me. Yeah, while some of the orbs weren't as challenging as I do remember them, it was definitely still a bit in there. Anyway, yeah, I will probably stop padding this out because it looks like we're at least an hour and 45 minutes. Oh yay. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let us know if you want any more of this. And maybe see you next time, whenever that ends up being. Well, thanks, and bye.